Hey, I'm Dr. Brandon Taylor again at Henderson Wellness Center. I want to talk to you today about auto safety facts. Talk a little about whiplash injuries and how you sit in the car and how that affects you. Okay, a couple key things I want you to talk about. Wear your seatbelt. Okay, studies have showed that you need to wear your seatbelt, and wearing your seatbelt is the safest thing to do to save lives. Airbags will not save your life without your seatbelt on. Okay, you got to wear your seatbelt. A couple things we want to really understand and pay attention to here is that you need to have your seatbelt adjusted for you so that you go across your waist and then cross here. Make sure it's not your seat's adjusted, not going across your neck or anything like that. Other thing we want to talk about is the headrest. So we all know the thing that goes behind your head and you lift up and down. Okay, make sure you adjust that. If your wife is 5'3" and you're 6'4", you got to adjust the head restraint. We got to make sure we check that. Other thing we want to talk about is children. Most people never get the seats right for the children. You go to places all the time and they're never right. So real simple. Children weighing up to 20 pounds, right? Something like that. The head must be at least an inch from the top of the seat. Children should remain rear facing in the seat until a minimum of a year old. Okay? Say that again. They should be turned around backwards, rear facing in the seat until they are a minimum of a year old. Okay? Once we get over a year and they are at least 20 to 40 pounds, they can turn around and go to a forward facing seat. So it needs to be at least a year and somewhere between 20 to 40 pounds forward facing. Okay? Most kids cannot fit properly into a rear restraint car anymore, so that's why it's so important that we get them a booster seat to sit in, and that booster seat is phenomenal. They should stay in the booster seat until they're at least 57 inches tall. Okay, let's talk a little more about some auto safety facts. We'll jump over here, and I know we've already talked about some of this stuff, but things that are really important to us. You need to decide what type of vehicle you're going to get, what kind you're going to buy. The larger the vehicle is, you know, the more safety you're going to have in the vehicle. And the other thing I want to talk to you about is make sure that you know, make sure you know about your airbags, okay? You need to make sure you have forward airbags or side curtain airbags, okay? So once we talk about that, let's talk about injuries from car accidents. Real simple, we would call whiplash. And the thought process in the olden days used to be we got struck in the car, that our head went forward and then we went back, okay? But now that we have MRI and these video fluoroscopy stuff, we actually know that when you get struck in the rear, it actually creates a shear force. So we have the head of the neck going backwards and the rear going posterior. And that causes us to have tears in our muscles and ligaments of the disc. That's why it's so important, if you're in a car accident, to get to your chiropractor and let him check you. Okay? The other thing you know is when you get struck in the rear like that, it creates a shear force in the low back. It actually takes the spinal bones in the low back and stretches them out like this. When that happens, it also injures the disc, the muscles and the nerve roots in the lower back, and that's why it's so important to go to your chiropractor after you've been in a car accident. Give us a call, 252-430-8000, or come see us at HendersonWellnessCenter.com.